The interview. Inga. No, I said that. And the interview. Yeah.
We have started. Follow us on Seven Equal Way Chuka Moth, Way Chuka Lower Talk Line Media. We'll be having a discussion. Narrate Kabiti Apai, one honorable. Way Chuka Moth, feel free back a die in the studio day. Now, can you subscribe? Please subscribe to our channel, Yana Painda, Talk Line Media. Wobanang discussion to Pay. Before Ken walk on, girl, I would like Badang the Diang Bagalo play a bit as we are waiting for the viewers. Thank you. Wobugol. So we are going to online. Wobugol in next 3 minutes. We chagamot we viewers kwandai ne kolen ke pay any thiego doan pen ngwan runu biana buro ko tero gudi ran to kana work ni studio itena Honourable ni rin ke batio ya ti chane yen fursa ke we ko dai we yagamot ko we yagalor baga dai ne work ko baga to na work tok na den question to ni pio with bathi ke yin yu chol ku yin yu thi ba question do baga pen ko bu ngor ka lui ku play etena go ran to kana work ni studio ago ting ke wo ken kan jak ne jamda ke anga bro ko lwel wo bugol ne lwer rot en chol duot mazembe wa duot chol ke gairin ke duot chol gak en ke host ni e kole won honorable guche this juncture ran ba chol ni studio ko be rin ke be lwel ko jai welcoming remarks te be lwel aba chol ko bugu gol ni program da abe bera mat ko chi be bera ret Nache dir kata be 1 hour and 30 minutes or maybe below that hours. Kene talk. Up to this juncture, Honorable Sabal Khair, incha moth ku incha lower talk line studio. Welcome, Baron. Thank
Saba Nur Duod Mozambe, Duod Chol Gak. In Chalayaret, what China Chol, for Ben Yakol, but Ben Jam, me the trees, what the record ten pinum. Ujala Quadran Yarkapat, Leo below online, and go no join. At the Lobachi man trees. We coi cái câu online ran jam ko we ran cho Ateny Wek Ateny ana ran bien de chol Paquin Ateny dior a chak pol ke viet kun lakin ka kwa ngwar ka reden ran madinga wul pan chola jak taban. And I love when I am talking to kudang ka Yemen ke koi twigis ke are very careful about details and yeah, details they love details kang sections because en kana kola na lwel kir and kila kedang wa chike kedang den loy launch kan tem ri
Diet
my first time ba pan chol kir ba ko chol kir ba kaping un chol kir within paker kayen en ran un chol ajak te chol duet kwa duet e banala dun makem. Okay, kubai bene chol palien wega nyot ente dien bi antin kan gene kwen yana lui war kaya to ban maktab kan kir maya didi kuman an jarer ka alang youth kujala communities cha chol bala jam wisdom la loy share okay kana la so mostly I do public speaking man, but jala a bit of consultancy chen riok en ke aja loy matin ko en wada jal tawa a politician taban. I call at one time they have assignment in another color big bana losing assignment what ka be rare pin pak na we karela bach so arela bach.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable. Nelwel pia tiralwel be mit ke tui ku ja ko to ke yemit ke junopin be ke ping ren ku ja terbi intin ku yong cha kan lo unter. Before Ken work Louis dwell into our conversation, a lot of mit ke tui to online iten. I chilo welcome for near your discussion with us, which absolutely yen nga kriyo gichol into this discussion. Now kawo bijala ni discussion dai. Honorable Incheto, ne jam chitwi chekaloi, that particularly the events of elections, we Incheto is something to do with the Kichinyan Chitarial Begwar Cheloi, including KHOIA fundraising, a chila jamthing. We will be having these three categories, be okay jamthing one yin, but particularly right now, could be o jamthing and be o jok, wobi jok, ne KHOI election kindai thin a red. And that is the reason Chi Walker got power of observation kaka chugo gor imeri jamaret ne da chinda ne kaga tui te bi wogol ko bi jakon yin. I want to ask my fellow viewers bigger die ku bigger at least bigger nang comments bigger tapping bigger die ekelau I would choose this juncture yin banya tan yin ai chidai wararet ne elections the pan to chira loy kare and I believe che ko war tiyo gato nengo war chikola 2021 ku jako war 2023 chilo I chin ka dai ku dai chin dai maybe yin a different view chin dai tin which absolutely near pin con jam thin ku book jalo in the next question inche dai thin red, and I want you to see your observation chelodi ku book jalo questions ko particularly in question any kijamo thin similarities and differences of KHO election chitwi organized with other communities. Thank you.
We actually pay and become kind of a Christians all over the world, but we wish a happy Easter. A time can believers who be reflecting on the resurrection, birth, crucifixion, Jesus Christ, so I wish all the Christian all over the world, their denomination, a happy Easter. Kuba jam jok, and then before Python, which is particularly in Antol what chinla, Kuba and a wichok, Rian Kubadial Ben Yakolo, Bukam Ben Berom, King me the Twiggies, Ukwaran Nyar, and Upung Kadia, Kanacha January Japan. Don't twin, coi Twiggies are coi loito pay, are coi loito, yani, well from my honest point of view. I coi loito. Kulilene ka coi loito. I coi the twin a pay along determination, Kujala unity. The be in a long medic, because I mat. Kujala near the po, because I put need, but I can week below. Ache like cat. Ache they don't get discouraged. Kanakijanyar. And by the way, you are sharing similarities. Ke coach all tweet mayadi fi Bargazal. I think the word twitch is not a coincidence, if I may say. Then we are kind unique ke chaglo moanjang. We are loyal from honest point of view without any contradiction. We are good behaviors kang meetings. The chi lo kaya ba meeting, kaya ba celebration. You all come and you stay up to the end. Alang jal dun chibantan we ka jal kana lo ka padwar ka bagdo ra pay. Naman bi jal za tu bunam koj ban. So kaya ka loy ke ka biweg niara ke gwit kan ka biweg man as human. I think when kina yok whenever cha chol a tweet my adi den cha chol well a tweet east, I always feel happy because ang yet well long dien bala lwe la buping bi yok ko jwa pangin. Uping en kan miskala en ta ping nom tan ban ping en ka di da pay ko jwa ya chepung. Na lang community chiro lo organize ku big lo force big dia lapang. Ikadal ka jal dolik. Tinga gam ka. I think the community kana kalau bi credit. Along election, in Tweet youth in Chigloi was quite unique. Election loy tok pay. We election lebih nyai ke example. Then democratization. Taban democracy liu tong monjang. So democratization kanga culture before being a process. Kanga culture. We culture very difficult to adopt it because ko joja pay aman jany bu ka joñ ko joj an yar pem bu ka pam ci ke kedang loy ke paden ci loy ka pem e krajen ci loy bardu ka pem a tendency taban bita human being asalan tendency can dictatorship is in the blood can human being can human being coin bi jal dictatorship e when ci ko Chike gawanin very strong law and they believe on rule of law. Beran jalario genuine. It is not up to you. Ba koy lek kudun jatak ka china lwelen kudun chei. Kayen we ga kwat chiro pyo te koy pingtin. Koy apeng we ga peng apai majority of you people apeng. Ping ay diak, and that is why it's difficult. Bekang road ping. First, ako ipong sound. They can only listen to sound. Na chikidang ilor good wale kang en chikot kapangka. Koy ko ako ipong selectively. Bila noon chuwe more tong mo yang le ko chuwe more. Within songs, you only choose certain song, certain kadang lyrics. Bapang ku ka chipang. And then koy the best listeners are contextual listeners. Koy jera long duping kuben target contextually. The meaning chalwel ku meaning chanyang chien chalu hidden baka ngi. Ake got the best kwake ga ko ya kalu address. Koy ka very few in any community. Okay, kwake koy ke pat brand ke ajam ke. They don't have color. We ke ga ngi. But within any particular moment, they are there. Ke three categories ka. They are there. Kayen Twitch East along a lot of contextual listeners. Koy pung, and they analyze and they even find meanings behind kawan chalwel ayaka aratan, which is something that I must acknowledge. Kubalek walo election kacha goitin akan kadia, and I want to say them clearly. Koi ke kai candidate ke kai elang ya rong dura rock. That is a court. Then the other two I could not remember. Koi kang one, all of them alang manifestos. They develop manifestos. They were very serious.
Yeah, Duna Temku Deng Junior. Yeah.
Duna Temku Deng Junior, yes. Okay. They have all developed manifestos. Kulu manifestos can attack enemy. They took the youth organization very serious. Yeah, I have not seen it in Kichirkana Kaiting Western well. Okay. I was saying, hey, quite is a serious. Can they take level can Tawali? Even a Kumazato has not yet taken it. Kachila Loy. So I listened carefully to all the manifestos. Manifestos Chikalwell Abijal been proven whether a manifesto kachilu exaggerated or not in the next election. In next election, if you evaluate, I will be sitting there whether I am there or on live. Can be pung. Can be manifestos koi ka dijo tram kajibenka. Na clear wrong dura rock been in a week for the second term. Kabijal ben lekoi kawata manifesto wari. E kanka da chikalui executed kwe kanka da jidong. Kwe ngukan inda ke koga back ke loy ke en kubukang ban ping in before he seek the second term. I think koi war ke chi ke kai ke arong du darok are gentlemen, and I was amazed how each of them came up and conceded defeat. By the way, alangan tong wer arong du darok only I think it can 2015 or 16 vote. The second one. The second man, I work on Liga Pay. Okay? But
yes, different of 20 something.
Different of 20 something. Bukidang Lui conceded defeat. Actually division from within the youth organization, actually lower. Because if he was to choose a different faith, because he has a significant number of coach. But I check in a very civilized way. Acha yung potin, and I was even hedging with Kwan Bargazal. We got taking an example, but Twitch Mayadi has picked it up in a very amazing way. Twitch Mayadi conducted election can community, of which two runners were at each other necked. And General Dium Chedit, we has now attained PhD recently. Jalaran Chol Angelo Ngot Mayar were running. Their agenda was about Mayadit. Mayadit first, Ujala Mayadit agenda. And tell one interview. And Mayadit agenda. Now, as I was there, I actually counted the votes and when votes came. And I made sure it can vote ran chilla kan ngagi. The Lingen problem with the registration. I did not take part. Unata problem. Fee casting can votes I did not take part, but counting was 100%. I count exactly kakachilu casted. Be honesty. Okay. Mayadid was taken from you. Twitch Mayadid was taken from you. But they went, okay, extra mile. I think. The other thing is, Bor youth who had election few weeks after Kudun, they also try their level best. Kaloi, you people have provided the example, and you put the seal very high. There are those who have gone exactly the level. But the whole thing was about imitating or replicating nafsu kuchi twijloy in a better way. Okay, I've seen Bor youth achila be coverage bitat kidanga chigloy naman bu crane abe crane camera dit crane kan jala katoy jala drone because sur nyal. Okay, now what katinda chiranda belong martin better than kudun abag yalu corrected kaleng katin to an interview kaleng katin bagyal martin kabagyal martin because 2 years, okay, is a long time koga chi did loy ka kapat pa chak ben ting we koy which is kana cha yumpo. The second thing is we got chi civilized. We got civilized. Civilism, it has to be done in action. Na chogran pyo in liba pyo banang PhD quinche civilized. Because action balu taken in front of other people big yalting and level yal new civilized or not. But you people have shown we are civilized. And in Kocha conceding defeat, I can blame Tinyot food on electoral process. That confirmed the civilism in Kocha. I think. Ke kang diak koi wa chulu registered ben they all came back to vote. Registration. Kujala voting, I quite disappointed. Registration could be high in registration. Well, let turnover they are less than what is needed. Sometimes around there with your poor biaula na kwachiben because if 2,500 registered and then only 1,000 turn up, the chogran with the chia gam, the chogin defeat chogin lu conceded. If 1,500 were to turn up, we got 2,500 all over. War. You may not complain about the process, but in the complain, the same coach registered for Twitch East youth ake kocha turning up except around Twine that day in Kijben. This is a very serious commitment. Now, thank you for doing that. Kaja chile ko Louis the feet. Oga sa ko madingawul. We are taken back on better peace in the whole country. And we are proud of it. Okay, na lang ran tilo ko madingawul bra tilo. Ulelo wache peaceful kay ko ken ko peaceful abijal bana dije den len ka dije. Getting. But we did not take everything. Early tilo ko pa bugu election bugloy. Be peace dan kan. It's very difficult for us to conduct election. A community, well, a youth, what antique de low may mukpat indefinitely. Ben. Nala loy, koloy kochirio, democracy. Nizam beta delegates. Nizam delegates can area can democracy getting because delegate are few in numbers. Mafrubu kaya kwine direct board registration. Kirkanakolan chakloy can in the right one. But you tweet my adit, Chibana lo adopted Kuloy. Okay? Kana ay attack la kay in kawit ko balwel. Kawit ko balaweg lo nada. Chalwela kolar kana real begi lo nada. There is no number of people who are united. Libuke just defeated kulel ka bakadol na koy ka chin kuloy ka. Because unity in is strength. Okay? Unity nyuat ka loy. Now communities kok ran loy ka dang any loy nga loy pa kang check before we call a meeting it nga loy kan. Okay? Nga loy kan makalas. A community en loy. Okay? All the things that are done in the whole world. And then followed by others. But communities kok arur gu masalana chigidang loyal ke political interest and coming Ateny Wek when loyal kan. How can we loyal then? Some people will just refrain from coming to community meeting because Ateny Wek Ateny. You come for the common good. Kana chag lui kanang kana chag lui jawzu chag nyang ping. When can very important shadid. Okay? Community school, community treat mayadit, the new coach. It doesn't matter in ngadi and chamat all will come, will turn up. Nalang objection ka big ben loyal ka kataw inside. Kanen kaya niar ben kinyay communities kok ben. Yan kaloy ka. Including my own. Bina yung chu ko kachol, and chu kachol, yung ngay chu kachol, kaila. Nalang ka lew koy loyal ka lengen kana cha koy loyal. Kana I wanted to give you credit for that. Okay? Kaya tinga chang yai loy. Na chang yai loy ka lewek. Na lang ran chi gam somebody who subscribe to the same ideal. Kabagam ko le kana ke tweet may ke tweet is ke loy. Na lang ran till week for whatever reason. And I don't subscribe to TL. I only subscribe to ideals. Na ka pat ti dan loy ka legen ka chil ngai loy. Ala won tin ke lwel tan won chol won tu chol a jak ding. Kila Ateny Wek is not beating the drum of truth. I'm beating it. And truth that too. In which coil liga pa biga de kon truth. In kan I am people are dwindling. Understanding kan ko is dwindling, coming down. Talwelin kan balwel kan ran kan ke metil ka gidan tilen ko. So that's why truth that chena blurry. Lakin once lengen ka balu encounter, I only say the truth. Even kalwel man. Tin ka wi tan twijis. I am not looking for anything. I'm just saying the truth. So I'm beating the drum of truth. The channel will twitch can loy. That's what I mean. Banalan kan chi koi loy. Mon ka chalwel kaman mo chalwel kan la chi koi loy is a weakness and they must actually improve on it. Kana in level well about the elections. Election theo bu ben kana. I want the youth ke bukoy kangwan wala kadi. I will not mention their names because I don't know them. Na chokan ngi ke kaman bardu, I will not mention their names because I cannot campaign for them. Rin kacha I follow ko juj a chokan go jam kule ngagala ke ran quest ke chia bias ko chia campaigning chalo on behalf of any person. I will not mention anybody's name. Until bian kating katawi at the stage. Tere ke stage kula ben ga jam can be evaluation law on them. What will you? Kwi balwele I will work shabab twigis. Go extra mile. Don't go back. Don't go beyond. Don't go less than what you did 2 years ago.
I believe yen abaja alwela aker batio I wer chalwela bedia
Yes.
wer don link to batio. Thank you very much, Honorable Kapia Chakalwel. It's true, inche to aret ne kake tweet, particularly kachika on chukalwel. But kijamo currently wajam ne ke choi election and onko we ko die election war cheloi yenga jam Honorable Ateny yenga jamen. Coming back in Honorable inche jamare de kapet ya lwel ne kaka pande twi loy in regard to their elections ku ko che loy adopt in election then pieta na pay now aden ko yellow loy view yen ke choi elections that is not good can be community big nang elections is supposed be loy because yen ke choi tribalism ay loy insunate, which absolutely I'm saying it is not true. Na den to be a well thing could anything baba I would like banana thing by thing. Thank you.
First of all, tribe is not tribal. Tribes, I said tribal. Tribe, you know, I said, put out of your clear one young. Ubero yok clear man twigis. Well, a bear man mading our ultimate end. It's not our making. Eko yok kukaratin. Okay? Couldn't a tribe any real thing when the tribal men are less exposed. I shall be here rising above their small section. But always charity begin at home. If you don't do your thing here and twigis, I shall borrow jal mad more young. Okay? But being more young, a kid for Tur Ramadan, the contribution must come from each section. Okay? Fatur Ramadan, Muslimin when they are actually eating. Mietki, they think each person a bank miet the bapande. China la nyu mut pat ke yok ki tal randet. So ko young, our each sections must contribute. A contribution. By the way, Europe transform tribes into nationality, into nations. United Kingdom, our tribes kangwan kekeratin, but now our nation kangwan. Alang English people, Welsh, Scottish, yala Irish. A tribe. And when one young in nearly chak a tribe, will Irish, lay a nation. National development, okay, developed. So, chuglo book, what on English, English, alang history, one very long. 100 years of civilization, okay, kuloy. Jagwala tongo koi lang 1,000. Tribes, and what kalu kept section, provided book of kept positively. Binalang kulwela na Iran, mading awul, kweran awul south, Iran kochol paliet. Okay? Kachiwa madakwa from awul east, kachol abim. Wa madakwa fi awul north, kechol malwal. Wa madakwa awul west, kechol paliopin. Wa madakwa fi awul center, kechol luo. Kachikalu offended. How I am organizing should not offend somebody else. Okay? Rinkadian baloy, achikan ya nang prejudice tan section that one liu. The same thing tan we got to fi jongle we mo jang te jongle we got langi bor we got langi twigis we got langi duken ke ga nyar weng jala hol we got 4 sections. Now, 4 sections. There will be one time we are developing bagan nationalities, bagan nations. One time. Lakini kia maintain as you are building, because you cannot cross 1,000 miles in just one jump. You are taking one step, second, third, fourth, until we get 1,000. Now beginning towards the nation. So Nyarweng, Kujala Gol, Kutwigis, Alwen, Take Twitch. Okay, Kujala Bor, the South. Koika, Kulunga Ludot built. Queen Chiro Louis built that something that will prejudice the other, will give prejudice to the other. In Ludot built, as you want to arrive to nation, you are walking from Twigis toward the nation. Kubora walking from Bor toward the nation. Nyarweng are walking from Nyarweng toward the nation. Ujala all walking toward the nation. Now, who can I wait in time? But we will be arriving into the nation with the nation that encompass all the sections, the subsection. Okay? Ayan kanin kapat bi ko lutin rani alwela la community organizations la kay tribalism kay lu install ran kan alwe den elwel kanin tribalism lu installed. Okay? Kadang lack of exposure, lack of acceptance. If you are not accepting the other person. Okay? Imanen mading awul, I knew gag de alatatin ka wodka. I knew Tonya tatin ka wodka. I knew Twitch Mayadi tatin ka wodka. Kujala ka gachol warap. Warap a political entity. But section ka making warap. Na ben la jongle ka ben ngi command bardu nuer tatin. Okay? Kujala nuer ka section ka. Kujala monjang ka section ke nu jaga pi queen matin. Koika, they are building toward nation. When and that is why the organization. Okay, how can you call for an organized nation? Organized from the grassroots. Now, kudun chaklo ikana. A pure kun towards democratization. But democracy institution. When institution is safeguarded by people. How can a dictatorial people safeguard the democracy? Unless the culture is instilled in them. Culture can democracy. Culture can democracy jog simply, but jog with a simple thing. I accept the opinion. I don't agree with the opinion, but this is what the want to say. We cannot go anywhere. Okay? Dancing to my tune. So you are teaching your people how to democratize. Right? Okay, ran problem. Iran tribe the pure on how to subdue others. Ran tribe the pure, but tribe the Buruda jot them. Well, at 12 Bukoi Kola Tat. Like Kaluke discipline. Iran problem can that is the tribal. But ran we one tribal thing. You are just trying to organize your house. Ashan Bajala walking toward the nation. If you don't organize your house, how do you come? My Chira and Ben Fatu Ramadan each other with empty bowl. In Chilabara Jodikin Kundun Chital Pandu. And you come and sit. Fatu Ramadan, please don't come tomorrow. Because Fatu Ramadan are 30 days in a year. You will be asked not to come. Because you cannot go for 30 days. Kiye Benikin Kulium, Papa and Duchin Ke Batin. So organization lawyer is to equip you with what can bring you to the building nation. So you begin by building Twitch East, okay, towards the nation. We are building towards the nation. That's how it is. Tribalism is not tribe. Tribalism a tribe. How dynamic is the human can even develop. Development can human being. That's what I can say.
Thank you, Honorable. Na jam pia tin jam ku we koi dai we chuka lor we chuka lor top line media. Honorable, election that we were very diverse. I think a lot of weighing out in this was the particular part of election and this was the particular party and particularly, for example, I may be interested in other candidates on how they express themselves, not looking at the point of ENK Choi voters. Also they were participating in this election. You get, and also the community Choi Twitch, for example, war mu Diodit Birajang, the late, currently taken by Biaramading. Now, exactly what side Yeneki forecast of the election the Yenelo Twitchwar Yen be in this analysis?
And Twitch elections are bought from very long time. Even the smooth transition, Chiroloi, Bioraswat, Marum Bioraswat, Le Biarmading. Bioraswat tenure there Kaitok, Kotoga tenure Kaitok. Go transition smoothly be Biarmading because Biarmading was the deputy tenant. Biarmading and because Jadle election can community. Okay. Before the election can community, BLOI, okay. I kind of float and also comment the process can transition le Biarmading. Kichanyar along kan Shabab, okay. Registration Kailu attended. Registration kan Shabab kan Twitches. Voting, okay. Kailu attended, but I've attended debate. Debate in Chanyod exactly ko you Twitches ka. Shabab can particularly Shabab who can take over the country. Whether which there will come a time when they take over the country. Now, in our generation income much by as I speak with you. Okay. The lady in Jeju, okay. Paul Nang, do for dear, his school. Rawa Jalchol de Wall do for dear. Okay. Lord at one in Taufik Duncan, the FMI, okay. Baba Nen, okay. Do for dear. Chokalon Chin, Kajan la classic can. The same day I was doing my primary school in Loyan primary school there. Okay. Ran Tungin, yeah, think did because I go talk 1977, AIGP, the new IGP. Okay. But the previous one, Edufada. Take this in the next 20 years. In the next 20 years. I do for Dunban Kewaka Domban, Bukadom. Ache Chakban Chol, Ache Chola Bagdom, okay. People comes in, even Kakwit. So I will Shabab. I will buy Pan, I will be a dom. Comes that time. Okay, now we're here dom. Okay. Palkatiogo, the Lingin Karantung, young person. Chiro yok bugup miat bas, bijal bilanyal. Okay, because a kid watch until you advance bas watch them. But when you advance your own watch, that means you are outside of the time. Timothy, I'm speaking to you. It is 1 o'clock in Nairobi, and it is 12 in Juba. 5 minutes to 12. If I decide now, but Sadia, but what, be 5 o'clock in the evening, will I be realistic? I call Jol Chabab, Jol Kegrel one, Kitkawancha Kwani Wek and Ben. This is when a generation can feel in Aiba Yaldom. Kayen, Kacha Yumpo, Kega Koika, Kega Bubai Dom, Kega Butwigis, Kaka be inherited, Quaka Universal inherited for Betali. Then Chigloi, Kacha Yumpo can Calabia focused. Because K Achi defeat coach weak I defeat Gam, honestly. Could you allow debate that to debate Chigloi as to a manifesto Kuya Biralo for Twigis was very clear. Now like Cha Benbay, you you also respect them by saying I concede the defeat. And I want to Kwanya Chola Rong Dudarok did not deliver a very aggressive Katoy. Very aggressive winning Katoy. Winning speech. He was very respectful and respected his colleagues. Ukang exactly even colleagues ka koi ken kai ken ke choa opponent ka, any one of them could have even been uh, elected. Kimran were 26 votes, well 16 vote on. Okay. And kilang 700 and something. Could have been also the leader. And I recognize this. In Kichanyar, the spirit was so democratic. That spirit in a way could maintain or more than that in the next election. Because kudun chalo yakolo, I think even sometimes to get an article, what I told Kubanting in the next 2 days, Kaya Yok did that got better than that. Okay? Well, Tonkin, I was the same person yesterday, and today, Kadianwa Kolchaloi, I have Banting did not attack.
This is what even I wanted to ask you, Terishin Coach, and I wish Bamartin. You know, you wrote an article after the election that we, and that article achievement was shared by most of the people.
Yes.
There were a lot of people doing positive response regard to Kichi Alwell. A lot of people were criticizing it, which is younger community. And community has got a lot of Koye criticize who take it positively. Now talking to this article, Yanisha Gor, Achin got a pay, jubilating on what you wrote, Kindai Nekakatui. Let's drive it here. Now Yomucho Ichabo to the point of you interested to write this article. How did you take it? Thank you.
Well, coach, the people who subscribe to my ideals, I actually give them extra thanks because I take the daily quite complimented. But I also consider coach different in opinion again, and I also respect them. Quite different in opinion, I am reminded of being human, because human being, if he's not reminded, the chin and you could do it award. Atelo bichin ke chawo koi kok ta bana ke dang ting ke chawo koi kok aya poloraching the leng ke lwel ka ke chawo koi kok that they go to the point of even insulting you kaka ke ga human kaka and it remind me of being human because do you think the garden ke dang about twigis your gam 100%, okay makan I will even take twigis for granted now ashan lengen koi kok chi en lwel kan ke che tan god kan ke che correct that's what kept me by a human. Otherwise, when I twitches, I don't declare a prophet. Okay. It is acceptable because you are different in opinion. When I hear gam because you are different in opinion, kayin which pin do that checken. By the way, let me tell you this example. Ranchol Jafar Muhammad Ali Bakhit was a scholar. Dr. Jafar Muhammad Ali Bakhit. Ujol General Numeri Benanyai to design Kichol Sudan Socialist Union Party, one party state. Okay. I actually reach hukum kan untuk dot because and a teenager thing and I can nimere lanyal 1969 kai met. I was only 5 years or 6 years old. But until Tukuli, okay, I became a teenager zaman nimere jal 1985. 1985 kan okay, I was 21 years old. So I dot in akuma nimere. Ka Jafar Muhammad Ali Bakhit elang kolom den tine got fi jarida den chol sahafa chol newspaper chol sahafa kujala another South Sudanese chol Salvatore Deng Arik manawil from a will right also elang kolom in the same newspaper. Deng write column about current issues kan country and is being left. Kujala monjid kan Jafar Muhammad Ali Bakhit only writes to certain people. Kia got only 28 words. Column the very small column. And that is small words. That is small is small in size, only 28 words. Kaya got kuliyom. You know bidanun columnist. Tabiyan bukaban ko inachi kaya dedi. Kwetong Arab tong kanin gat. He write in Arabic. Kwachi kaya dedi kaka. Kaya Jafar Muhammad Ali Bakhit got achi dedi. He was bothered. Lanuyen is a prolific writer, and he writes on daily basis in Arabic language. Kumunjitol Jafar Muhammad Ali Bakhit writes only twice a week. The Chogin Louis Howell in Dengaring Chan to understand even one word that he did. Luckily, one day Jarom ka Jafar Muhammad Ali Bakhit. Ojale Amo. Okay, thank God that I actually met you. You're again to English. Yole Akhen. Etong Arabin and got Kwan got about Kaloirut Daily in Sudan. We got only twice a week. Kukakune got a jai daddy. Which language are you writing? Etong Arab? Well, the Lothor. Go Jal Nialtingalo, Jal Dol, Jolea, ya Waledi, Yalageto Arab. Yolagelagan and Gatli, Koilang Nim, Koi Azabalugul, Koilang Nim. Those who have brains, Kaya got. Laukudina got only 28 people can understand it in the whole Arab world. Arab world come. How many people? How many millions? Arab world by the time Llewellyn, the population of Arab world was 230 million. So the guy was writing to only 28 people. His audience. Would you only look here, my son? You cannot attempt to write for everybody. You will be actually making mistake. Jesus. Ben long in chor. Okay. We coi chungol. I weird be chat. We coi to jot. But they have resisted him. Within 3 years, Kachinok Luka crucified. Prophet Muhammad also came 500 years later. Okay? He was having a different style shoya. Prophet Muhammad, Elang army. He recruited the army. Army can Muslimin to fight those who are infidels. Okay? But he was also resisted and fought wars. If these two people could be fought, then who are you? Yinga bo opinion do bichi dali. That's the nature of human being. Next time, try to write, but determine your audience. Bakay agat. Koi na agad ke kagla ko dun kan kuin ko det kay kunyar ka ke gat for them. And this is what exactly I'm doing in actual do it. When I wrote about Twitches, I did not expect unanimous acceptance. Because within Twitches, along those who are not my audience, those whom I cannot even try to convince them. The issue is not about education. issue che pyo issue is instinct to human being in lo ba kai pyo ku dal kan ran che pyo ji tatin. So I was not trying to be accepted by everyone, but my audience ke ka won cha ka legin tan ka. So ko che lu approve en kidien wa cha got. Okay, ke ka ko ke ka wi ka ko ya le ka ko Yemen now for them, by the way. Ko lu disagree can they are there. Okay, I recognize them, but I am not talking for them. Why should I take time 1/2 an hour to speak to people who will not understand me? Engo nguinda, I'm targeting these people, few people who can understand me. Kakidien wa gat kana is actually accompanied by belief. Kidien wa gat something chalu belief about which is I should have regretted the lingeran che man ka chalu regret. Alangan che nyar ka in exactly in spirit god and kankan. That's what I can
Thank you very much.
tell you.
Thank you very much. In your question at Jaber, we really appreciate your time. In Chakalo spend more than 208 rand, I 216, Louis drop, maybe I don't call on a band with Jilka. To our viewers, a couple level that welcome to Talkline Media. Talkline actually located at Gumbo Shirkat, opposite Gumbo Basic Primary School. In case Nadenga Kobulo print for you or KAU, for example, we do the outdoor photos. We also do the indoor photos and many other things, videography and documentary, like the live interview. If we want to document it, we can do it for the future use. We really appreciate your time. Thank you. Honorable Ateny
Yes.
Wek, I appreciate your time. Now driving to our discussion. In election, there are challenges, in terms of maybe cultural watch and case suppose below added and many other things. What can you say, Kiera and Chia observer for this election for a couple of time in regard to challenges? Kuja achievement yo ni election. Thank you.
Okay. First of all, elections were to enkana achila apat in terms of part war chana witnessing. Part can registration akayo. Part can casting board bardo kaiting. How transparent it is. So I cannot achala bajam bugidang corrected kaiting. Okay. Next time, maybe the election later loy, uchole, okay, kuba bachwet. Taban registration achala bala witness because it's cumbersome. Lakin te chole and by election a low witness because chwet karetin kabajal ngi whether that process is a good one or not. But ke chatting war a debate bus kujala concession can defeat can chatting kuchin ku waitin my recommendation ko bujuak numbers bina next time ka lu improve better now which benang to that ban ngi then ka big gal ban again. I think as time goes we will make sure cái chủ trương cái cần giải đít thì tweet ban Martin okay tweet is kabajal ban lẹ cái cần giải đít cái trang Martin cái liu kuari I will write another article or baben with the German baben lueltin but now
Thank you.
I think cái level recommended like a drop because I think cái đèn nhảy cái chú hoài tin liu.
As we are winding up this topic, Chiwo Dai in the elections or your observation towards the election, because Chiwo Jam Tin Queen Jam Pay. How would you rate these elections? Liberate what maybe from 1 up to 100? How will you rate that?
Well, almost 90%. because ko won jalwel den ko human being, 50% one talk is something that can be celebrated. A human being in lawyer, because even prophet actually them become lawyer kwa ke gam. Okay, so but considering Panchit University Sudan, ko war chi twitch is lawyer kana youth a level 90%.
Thank you very much.
Abel ka level 95% and also.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We will go for break. Kebi Benjamin, one honorable Benjamin in regards to the Nyantira Realbe concert war Chiloi. But then 2 questions because answer.
I will take permission. Bakidang ayat tok chaya yot. So
yes,
break loy
break
that I can walk up.
Go for a break. Yes, you'll by mute go baron mute, and then you can leave the video. Yes.
Okay.
To my viewers, thank you very much. We are still one honorable Ateny Wek. In next 5 minutes, we will do thing. We will book ben juactin the election. Thank you.
Anh jam ko pandu.
Our viewers watch it here book on next chapter one Honourable Ateny. Bear with us. Ke walako lui dear kwana lui ka play. Thank you ko lui comment. Gumlik inja mother and my brother. Thank you. Literally saved me. Honorable Nacha said you let me know so that we can start our discussion immediately because what you don't want it to take in court. Bye. Thank you. Sound 10 times better. I use it for everything. Incha loy mute honorable. Imba loy unmute but sure tichi wo ka kagol. Thank you. Thank you very much. We comment ku we agamot ku we agalwe welcome to Talk Line Show. Wonen jam tie jaret won Honorable Ateny Wek Ateny. Yena Ateny Pioker. Wo benang jam bi wo jam ti right now the uniform launch war chela na keretwi. Then kubuga ya kabeto 1 year. Now Honorable go can call
Yes.
I believe in the angara in the angamo in 2 years because looking at your name, Ateny Pioker, who our media director the tweet, Financial Australia, I want Pionker. I believe we were the Anga. Otherwise, let's like thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, each on the function were a tweet, Nyan Chidari Albek, in a lot of clips, Chagalo, Chinka Jam. Concerning tweet, Wacha Kaba play, and then some of the clips Kaba play are unoriented, but I will have to leave them for next time. Now, Yin Chijam, Nekere tweet, Jalwe Gal Nyal Berg, Isaac Court. yi do man it because being urban big a one or ben. Well, that's the idea. Yung china jama pay ya ka honorable.
Duot I can lay a pay Jabel do a leg, Jala koi die. I bet do a legend is a big thing Kubran Banyuch for 1.5 an hour by listening to people talking in the show. Ran Bakang lay a pay ran Chol di Dominic. Chol di Dominic comment Chalo it on the screen, which I read. I come and get a chay for pay. And by the way, you come within the people I'm targeting, the audience. I wanted always to find. I will also want those who don't see me doing anything, because I'm reminded of being human. And I'm the architect bardo. Koi disagree can. But Lu agree can extra energy. Okay? Now you can which by giving up can be picking up energy to continue to fight. That's what even Elanyan Chola Court, well, a court, Taban by Teruya Yawale Much, Ban Maraya Much, Alangan Chola Court, no a court jam, Kachi Lejin, indoor, what Chin Show, Continue a court di somebody, Kida, the Tintanun. Yes, a Chola Court, a Condana boy, oh, Condana boy, can a tick, madam.
Okay.
Get it? Aye. Ake koi ke energy jwagi when you are actually speaking ke jwagi energy te chirani le ke dun loy ken yan chira real bek. By the way, te jaman kulel kere loy tok ke koi kok ke yan yog opportunity bala on keni, they will just think I am biased. But let me have the two occasion bajala judging between the two. But you have not yet invited me into your show. Please allow me but credit yegra and who actually deserve it. Okay? Rin can Caesar yek Caesar or can nyale yek nyale. You cannot give what is for God a chile by Caesar, or what is for Caesar a chile by God. Okay? Nyan chida real big a very unique. Very unique. Because I upping a real big the man it didn't kuch the pay, it didn't near mo young. What can pat I describe a chida real big. Yan kapat a real big kwa win marial. Okay? Nai panakawaja. Ke taus din di de chol taus lang ke dang en chol peacock tong English kujala parrots, which has very good colors. Ake ga ye ke dang ka ye kawajat kang tong ke lakin ay o ka real be again the best no kinder war ka war real be. But it can be near to this biga real be lui describe in its real sense te jala tinga kolon. How did you choose 350 girls, whether they are married or not married, who hide is ranging between 6 foot and 2, 6 foot 6, 6 foot 7. Amazing. Kero kang loy. En kana ka want to your eyes a court, your eyes a court. Ila dom, chan babay. Binyidan ban warnam wala shinu. Because then and botan yir warn himten. Anyway, ake kang loy chosen ke 350 the Luke chosen across a will maybe can yir waran ni ma lebe ka yokten. Lakin it has never happened. I want to praise what has happened. Kechiro loy en wi balwel. Okay? Alang nyir kong nyai ke few of them. It is either my height or like a warnum. Agaw den kudum, the modelist. Agaw ta moja ne chong wartik barkala ka warenong tamaman. Okay? Na ke warbebe wa tong ni moyen. I know there are few girls. Lakin how did Twitch is chosen 350 girls? buka roko da latong the uniform of real big nyan kira real big ane ke kamana shan to also address ko chekya ako the other line kilok ben I think a married woman tool den ben if chena ma da ben ako chekama between 5 foot 6 5 foot 7 5 foot 8 ai ben lok ben ke ka chinga left kok big ben is an organization ke rot kang loy ka kang ting. That is why I said it ko chola ben wel tani ira
Thank
lang
you.
gup tiel ira lang gup tiel dun tin yo re ka yin kana that's what make you human. You must have ke dun tin in ke til tatin le barantil lakin let us talk honest unless branded organization ben loy bu ken nyan chola real be bu wor a chin nyan chira real be ga chinan bi yen tani nobody up to now chin any point le bi le kalang ran tyoka ke okay aliu until brand kan bu ben na if they come and organize taban kan ko ja kwal you know America any is the owner of a company that has an aeroplane that take more than 500. Europe led by Britain, Germany, Spain, okay, and France. We are building the largest plane in the world. That is Air. We take 800 people, 850. Kwalangi take to 18 tennis, and you can even shower because our brain one brain countries, 4 countries, industrial countries. Kaya war, chin problem. 2 years of war. And people can organize because war. There's no problem. But before they organize, they must accept this unique organization. Nyanchira Real Bake ain't the best among girls' organization up to now. In that year war. Could be a war of Ben Nakolen Ben Ben Ting Naja Ting. I can't will look better than this. But a book because will can war. So and
Thank you.
I was
Thank you.
not joking when I said this.
Thank you, Honorable. Yen, I know in Chitel Kundu Achia Kichi to power, and we have to wrap up our discussion. Yakare uniform launch. Now, talking on the issues of what Hilo and Kera Yarbek, your takeaway message what Hilo that you would like to tell others.
My takeaway organization. When I have actually advised youth kang awul community, okay, to be nyai. The most peaceful community in South Sudan. Panda alangit populations di pay. People are actually living in peace. Kinan torkangak. Kinan nilu attack, ko kinan nilu attack. But organization and what core tada. So I actually took it away. Achala nyai when shabab chol, malang shabab chan jamake, ko chala ke we lak on lak take something out of it. Okay, that was my takeaway organization, and that is why I said, okay, very few people who are organized. And look, because you disturb 100 people. Look, we can disturb the 100 people who are not organized. I look at disturbed by 3 people or 10 people who are organized. So I am taking the organization away.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Inchi jam pay and we jam the kere nyan chidari albek. And I believe abany dun mameraya she's there watching. Nyan war kachen inetok. Ucheng alan mabor. Yes, kach ne jami war is still with her here. Adai Hishoda who adutin jamot wincha lor top line. Honorable Oyin or a cheating commando, which absolutely I can just show it here. Now, Honorable, as I'm reading out your next question.
Yes.
Yeah, in the perspective of the Ajuer Chijuir Ninir Kajir Chitari Albek, what did you see so challenging? Because in the event, it is not something that to do Eloi Kilu, but in I die. What were the challenges other things that you would like them to add? I do the ping. Naemi akol kabelwe add.
Yes.
In the third.
Okay. Can you think challenging? Well, that will in the funding. Funding is very challenging, right? To organize 350 people to dress the same. Okay? Which very serious organization, by the way. A very serious organization. It is either everybody Twitch, and you know, Twitch population, I think, when they are like Kwana will tell you, over million, even for Juba, or I'll pay. The euro 100 pound, 100 pound, and thin can chai ben bay. Everybody be a bay, we will even collect millions of SSP. Millions. So it is either Twitches, all of them have contributed into a real big success, or else completely. I have seen challenging thing. Occasion because in the field. Ujala kakoya chak bay. Shades. Okay, tons yakat erected ka. Ben Ujala pew chakalo provided in a current economic situation. You could have used something between $60,000 to $100,000. It's not an easy one. Now we hope big lock bentano, and it is a bit challenging when I think about it. Okay, but the quite generous. Kinyan chirarial be coin be at that level. Kinyan chirarial be to 8 week. It's not about them, ladies. It's about Twitches. So the credit has gone to Twitches. Okay, the credit cannot be just gender num, it is about the whole Twitches in Cheloy. Can be at that level. Wachakang loy war can chiri chang loy, and you all of you quite Twitches when they have come out to they came out to support them. Naturally, and chicken organized, which quite bubbas to attend. Kakadanga Louis fail. So the attendance was amazing. And I understand a color pathodi atatin, even pathodi bore atatin a color. Okay? Atatin a color German about Ngakwe.
Yes,
I had ululations behind the scene. So everybody was there. I think. So Chielo support in Kenyan Chirarial has succeeded. Alang that be jal work book jal banting, but can way is challenging.
Thank you. My few honorable. To make it short. Getting a lot of development like getting Pindan somewhere they are planning to do some 2-3 things in that plot. Land and NATO it's not only they're progressing on one way or other. And two, Ben mentioned were in the event. You see, that is another, that is to say, even everyone is contributing in order to make Twitch great. So which is okay, and Kabalu highlighted on in Bangi that it's not all about or maybe doing a launch of uniform. I think you think, but the great part of it,
we are community. We are community.
Yes, sir.
That's good. No, to be honest, we are communities with our organizations. Okay, I've seen Chuga Jale also. I went there. Okay, and it was amazing. Their organization was also amazing. Chuga Jale.
That is Adun
Mameraya. We are communities with our organizations. When you organize things. Okay, be granted. You impose that. Yes.
That's what I mean.
Actually, I commend you. Kubal balatwing. Ku education dunelwel kaloy dan yir. Adut mamer majong mamer ayaj.
Yes.
Okay.
Agud majok.
Kudu
Agud
jalwel.
majok
Is very good. Which is unity is a success, and that is why I said, a number of united people that can be beaten by disorganized majority. Liu. Okay, I am not talking in terms of tongue, because tongue I don't promote tongue, but I promote tongue innovations. Tongue I will promote it, tongue innovations. Twiggies must get somebody that will beat them in organizations. But na kekaran yogran chikalo beaten in organization, then they are organized. They are still at the top of organization. Organized properly.
Thank you.
Has done the best. In Karakola Chantilla, Lanyir, Banyir Kedam, Banyir Barkazal, Kakangping. Okay. Now is a takeaway also. I have talked to a few youth we are women, and I told them to take the idea. Big organization law can year kubenting kuben ku chole akaman bagbentin, so that you can come and see. People takes from them from people. Innovation is about developing, bakadang is about understanding kichiran loy kubaku jwagnom more. That's why I gave the example kan Boeing kujala Airbus. Okay, they are competing. American achievement local Louis Kidang Dreamliner, which is 87 Boeing 787. Okay, when what you got 800 people, it's still and what you got coily. Ko kaloy ko juj ko kaloy ko lik the chike go organize ka kaloy ko juj karel, because innovation is about understanding ngulo Iran jol jwagno kudu ka adut congratulations, you have done your best launching kan uniform kan nyan chirarial be succeeded up to this point. For me at least, I think that chi in war chin organization that chi in war until bu organization war in bijal ben.
Thank you. Now we are getting done. What you're doing with only 2 questions. 2 questions is about Twitch community is not only progressing in Juba, but we are also looking at the avenue of Dukchen, be koi kwanton Lankok, che Baker Twitch, big Dukchen. Particularly where Pachaka Chia Bor Kajot. Bor is Pew, Kachijui by Pay Kachigajot. And this is what I want us to talk about. Fundraising in Chikaloiwa. Instead of fundraising, it could in the fundraising that Twitch East community ever unite to the point that I Chika attack today. I will big pay big rot pin, that is what you said. Now looking at that key aspect of your discussion, Kiera and chatting which I observe. Do you believe that the NK or by the Twitch will it be possible, but it be possible to your understanding?
First of all, Kalwilan in the Twitch East, la kaloka big na chik tak big pay by ping a bigger ping is a level of determination. In we I will get the answer John Garang de Mobior. John Garang de Mobior ideas can be South Sudan Bay. Majority of South Sudanese participated in war. Including I think Madinga is one of the areas she quite knocked in a pay. Even though I did taking a lion share in Kochito during the liberation. Lakin ideas John Garang can be by bay. Ideas are currently a pay because you can kill a human being, but you cannot kill an idea. Okay? And even though some of us who had wanted actually Sudan, but we can liberated. We're going to be unity in which. Could your unity look design be very complicated, be impossible, seem impossible. Then I like the alternative. Then the alternative would be self-determination. During the signing peace agreement, in Naivasha, unity achieve chance, but a unity seems impossible. Okay, and then within 6 years, and here Northern Sudan, Northern intelligentsia, we will invested in South Sudan to invest in South Sudan in roads, hospitals, schools. And Kubu Mwathan University Sudan below convinced to vote for unity. War gam garang war gam yon garang in that one idea they will not succeed. Idea but Sudan bu well ka ban lo use Kubian ka University Sudan lo build. So it will fail. Junubina are voting overwhelmingly for independent. Such kind of community in Biran Chitkan Basin, John Garang Chilo Ben Beirut Kitchen Koi Kograt in Chiraka, there are other people, Long Nim Chiraka, they are there. So level of determination, Iran, Chol Iran. Okay. So I was talking about determination. Pay num a did to the extent at a technology Chilo invented Matin cannot destroy pay. But I was saying it, na itong Arab ke the actual Sekha al-Mubalagha. Yani Sekha al-Mubalagha, that yani is an exaggeration yani. The man of talk. Lakin kulu gasadutin in a small meaning, a determination and we will think that you people are determined. But if you wanted to do something, we are determined back low back by. Because 2 years is not a big thing. Along it challenges, but a little bit of low possible. Then we because kachak low already, I can dictate because by. I know by be a voluntary. It should be a compulsory. Because a human being is by be compulsory. You cannot compel someone. Now, look at one young lady pada nin. Pada nin mean same thing as my war chiwek ben. Wachia bor we job in 60s. We quadruple bor ben by that time. Wakaben juba kulak pin. In that pin within chol tong pin yating ko corrupted ke tong pin. Which is a corruption of tong pin. Inu pin tong. Wherever you are, Lebanon tin ku pierden. Now, tong pin chirki chiro loy. In one way or the other. Now, quite we are finding a solace in Numuli. Kogata fi even Ecotos ko jangotin. Koi kogata utan fi Torit. Kogata fi Kafoita. Okay? Kogata Juba Chirkatan taking share. Ko juja pata shirakat. Now, because Dubai have to be voluntary. When I voluntary, kalang kabu week kaya yon kaya even be kang rated. Okay, first, Lolling dikes kachurut built. Achan with similar flooding, but keep in a low become been devastated. Security is one of the biggest thing. But security cannot be done by Twitches. Security can akuma is the responsibility in government. The question is, the government of South Sudan currently, in the wake of Tong Chiben Dung Nyalka, kang i jeja biat kunga deten kunga jala cattle restaurants long kunga. Don't be possible. About security be maintained. Bina lang mo atan ki Dubai, which is security de chitaw in threat. Now, Twitch is below is bigger than Twitch in security. I think Coca Poli, I look a big low. If Twitch try to do them alone, they can do it. Like in security, Twitch is alone, with the whole government to do this. I think. Kayen return a little below in phases. Phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The people who are now fed up, particularly called cattle keepers. I understand both twigis kujala bor a match ten a match tija Equatoria ten ukachi mantin okay ai jol pa na chola re ra wong chali wong it me pay ke crops kalwe ke crop ka chi kara there are places one ke ne ke na che on lang nan pursun a me ke bay a che on cheng lakini tielen til ke okay a lu ke kana manangwi man kena mantok angwi ka mantok e ben ku dek piu wir wata kwernom go ngwi ben bi ku le ngwe yin ka go ngwi la ku dek kwer chok ku bi ku tie mantok le ngwin piu rajin aka jal ben dek go mantok le ke yi la ka piu kun jara nyin ke ben tane nin ta kwer chok kan ta kwernom go ben ngi chiri ken go le be chir bang dun wa la di nen go le runu aran ke diet go le ka bi la amor ne en dilala ku dil mantok dal cham okay now e kene man kene angui ka man tok en lui bor ku jala twitch east te den make tin na cho lon make gong chali ka le ke we akun ga tok cham kai cái đằng cái rap cham chan bi ko bi ko wi to ke gan a win to kene kayen ko chu guba chut ko chi wi ku big bana continue in this kind of life a lo ka big jal big la twen gi ga ken la mai ureka bat ke di da pai e apil ten security ten kidang ten akuma bu security bu chokpin at least bu nang go kan security retin ten ko won lew biaya lu intervene te lengi ran tira lu attack so en chala nya yo ken le retin kan ken bat tenen ka pandet pat kilon areas won kinen ka insecurity di ro lai lo tin jimen won ko gi fi bargazal ka twigis kulel ka wi bu kok tin ka kok within the very few months ka kok ben ka labai panden ka duk panden bar kan ka ne rewe kam tit we ara kam tit ka rel kam tit kan be a challenge but with time we abu duk pandun cinta luiro.
Thank you very much. This is what even I wanted to ask in regard to the challenges, which absolutely again one of the challenges in Chalwell is security. For security na factor migrate. What other factors do you think that this project will delay apart from the security? Because so far that in the spotlight of maybe thank you.
The economics taban by next okay now e po bas en chi jal duot ko ya ka pot jal duot but ko ya next very serious one kayen a chi kelangan yen bu economic are improving then ku twigis a chi island is part and parcel of South Sudan. South Sudan economically can also be affecting Twitch in one way or the other. So, Ashan Kubu will quote Twitches in Loyen. Maybe Koi Kenta or Koi Kenta outside the country, Koi to America, Koi to Europe, Koi to Australia. I look at you will be got to, but the Alang challenges get Koi. Alang challenges because any white man diaspora and top of diaspora. Currently, because Kawaja, you will calculated well, we loy. I calculated so that Bachiato will judge a pay because the celebrity new, in the one papa pay. The lane I are applying for celebrity even. Okay. A Kawaja, I think you pull be free. So Koi Kalang limited economic ability. Biake gloy and kegro to Koi right. And that's quite a wood. Another challenge apart from this Bajalban mat security co. There are liu kulu. The low security road kulang economic improvement road within no time.
Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. Ichi jam kaju japai ku ko chale china pai ko dai viewers and up to this juncture Lebanelwel Galian you have presented yourself Eterian Kormit Katuyen Kuja viewers for. I appreciate you so much in coaching coach and work. Driving back to Malaysia, I would want to ask you one more question.
Okay.
Fundraising. What can you tell the government of the South Sudan? What can you tell about the government of South Sudan in regard to koi chetak bigala by panden who regarding issues to do with security issue, with your finances? Yes.
Well, kila balwel ten government of South Sudan kubu be living up to the promise can President Kiir not to take people back to war. Not taking people back to war. Achiro below but jam koi talk. Which actions in the ground. Matine a revitalized peace agreement at the limbo. So without a revitalized peace agreement, from the back door. Okay, in IO kawan you cannot even differentiate between IO and adia kujala wide army nga wait no ke okay, so the joke again Victor on can chok away ka awan chok away Victor it can even affect the whole country. When colored matin ka yatar one even a chat ka which below station each station can be created na lu attack. So kana a we commitment kana akuma kubu peace lo maintain shan kubu insecurity be chi ben back kana en kana akuma tie biga living up to the spirit can President Kiir ken lo ga ko duk tong, and it must be in letter and spirit by preventing war by all means. Even if the agreement is bad, the agreement must continue to be implemented.
Thank you. Viewers, Kwandai, thank you very much. What read one of my brother, Honourable Ateny Wek Ateny. Rin koke choya Ateny Pionker, Emonya Diok, Panawai. Yes, Emonya Panawai. One meter and a choy.
No,
one Pionker. Thank you very much.
Okay. Koi de chol pandior, chol wendior, koi de tau fi ajuong wala tau paker. Ai koi tatini nyandiori wendiora ya pingten. By the way, we came from that side. My old one younger, Barkazal ten been a gel from eastern side, eastern Nile, which is in a area betad Duk, area betad Kito Dukain, Ujala area betad Padang. Okay, because I want to be coaching in language kidin chol chuen morang. So we came from there. So we have commonalities, Taban. It's not a coincidence.
Absolutely. Mayana yelo rodio ato Twitch, particularly ade rodiora UL rodiora atio. So
and a part of Irio do repinga ma en ke lo katandior ma wa ko yatandioro.
Thank you very much. Viewers for watching. I read what my brother Ateny Wek Ateny. A wonderful discussion, one year and fruitful discussions. To my brother, to your honorable, I want to ask you two final questions. One question that you don't wait from the side of election. You know, you tweet my did previously. Who tweet my did a election that I organized. Election then a goal from morning hours. Kuloku goal went from 4 to the other following day, which was 11. Now, if we can drive into the technology side of election, about that. Please tell us your last word. Viewers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. You know, election can tweet Mayadid was going to have a very serious complaints between the two rivaling candidates. Lakin Tariqa Chien Chap those complaints actually drop. particularly along Quen ba ke ga taban ko ji chwetten ke over 5,000. And you know, you cannot, if you cast 5,000 board, quite you cast section kin kartem, okay? A dom to urok, okay? Bila koiton, bila kwany madu, bila awing, okay? Kidin chol, and they were about kidang kujala turale, okay? Oko ku pan yok, ko ja chi chwet all 5,000 votes I chwat sanadi kartami. Kwa chan buka kwen one by one ku ke randun week, okay? We have to count. I was there in the counting, and I counted about five. Kino payama chakalu counted there.
Hold on, Honorable.
Okay.
Sanadi kayedi. Ku how many kai you know? How many like the
Sanadi got six.
Okay.
Okay. Sanadi got kang tweet mayadi. Ukachu ko kwen ben. We made sure that can run chila kan ngagi. Okay. Such an election tells us exactly when
Malaysia viewers community. For network da chiraj tema ko kai chugu ngai pinga pet watch ya almost done yanga question tong kuna chi to gata na then definitely yes in pingu now
Aywa.
Honorable
box kang sanadi ayale tell us ayale telling in election, because if election can treat mayadi can take almost 24 hours. Okay. Kubijal talk. Mana can election can university will even require more than that. But with a lot of have integrity. Kochi bugam bu vote randa bu kwen rande. Ma thought can vote can treat mayadi. Okay. At in tikloi kai karo ben for ten ko university by then. Mayadi. But can University Sudan kaya which civic education below a pay. Because that being it tariga kaya voting. I think kana we will like chabab kang University Sudan youth okay must be innovative. Ko kanyar bi dit ke kapat kanyaka. Ko chigro loy bi ko bi kaya bot chok nga bot chok nga kana yom nga. Because pan chitegi yom nga ku yom nga ka chela twen. Bi ideas ke ku gam. Upal Quran. You support ideas instead of supporting a human being. In Kaviba like Shabab. The lawyer in Kaya tweet message very strong. You will be sending a very strong message to the government. Now, other youth are no longer following people. They are following ideas. When I check following ideas, by Chilabella. The idea in a gam taran, Chilabarana gam where to call the bar while I check. Cause Kaban. In politics, you follow interest language principle. Kayen ideas ke kapat biya ke gam, then biya ko yale ka yom ngak a shabab ngak. Ke de ne ke different in opinion ke well in south. Ko ibale ke message very strong ten generation do we do it. Generation do na lang shabab. Okay, if they want to differ with you in the opinion kaladin. Timanasa, when I talk about something, Karana temro tungulela na yen ngu kin kalwel warin ka press secretary in the office of the president. Tol kanalwel through this medium. And I hope Blatten quite. When I was the press secretary in the office of the president, I was sitting in the same office. Okay? My office is down. Office can President Nyal. The link we evaluate about how the government is running. Kala elect president. Okay? But now I'm audience ke president. Na chin audience ke president. Kwan chin audience ke government. I'm not sitting in cabinet. Kayene sababan view the those days I was having an access of a view the inside to whether path will right. Now I can only put it as an opinion. So do I you can kin kalwel warin press secretary you cannot be working with the government and at the same time criticizing the government. Okay, even positively. That government outside. Positive criticism. Queen part of the team. Now era Akuma. Lakini era Akuma who is not having any assignment. Na chalang assignment kakachini akalwel ka. Aya kalwel to correct things, not to destroy them. And can we balwel ken akar kilma because kadang generation dun achi tiang koi lad bas to differ to show different with you in opinion. It are different with opinion the fact. Ro ka koi did. Miet kwa rik kawe ko did we. Even in Duotkin, I don't think Loninka older than my older son. My older son who is turning 40 in next 2 months. Okay, we are not imposing respect. Ten way, lakin talenge don't chi mukten be muk. Chi mori muk kaur. Kachi they'll muk on the basis of respect. This is what you want to show us. Otherwise, we will consider here our mugrot. Chiro mugrot. The chin ko yete. La chiro mugrot ka mugdun chiro mugrot wrong. They differ in opinion with insult to others. Humanity is not about insult. Respect in which kakang yong in a yok. Kimana said Twigis has called me through Ranchol Duot. Okay, Duot Chol. Okay. It is because you people have respect for me. Why should I come to a medium be a bad Latin? Yes, but I can come to a medium because I would differ in opinion. I will come there. In opinion, respectfully, I will continue even and less understanding. Bakin na ran cholina bar ba iban lahat. You can save your energy. The energy to break in because I just have a balatin coil. There is fact in a kang yok pin nom ten. And in Chaleja pay, Manabai, and I congratulate community countries for your well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Watching 2 hours. 2 minutes on top. We jam on positive impact in the Kakatui. We near Quaret Chan Jam Chin Jam next time. I have a lot of things book I always discuss when in watch it talk on this side. Maybe next time I may call you. On our phone call. Which viewers thank you very much for turning in. 230 something in a die. Drop a mark. Thank you very much. Whoever a blessed day, viewers. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.